Chris Abbott here with a Don't Starve guide on obtaining food. Now you're probably a little bit used to the world already. You can walk around, pick up seeds, you can grab berries up from the bushes, make sure to grab them all, and of course you can grab carrots from the ground. It's a good idea to grab as much food as possible before you start to eat it. Here you can see that you can craft a trap. Now don't eat the carrots just yet, because once you let the trap on the ground, you can then use a carrot as bait. This will slowly but surely attract all the rabbits towards the trap. And you can go off and do this or that, and then when you return to it, he should be trapped. And then you can retrieve it, and now a rabbit is added to your inventory. Now you'll notice that the trap's durability decreases over time, just like your axe or any other tool that you might use. You can continue to traverse the world, grabbing any sort of berries, carrots, or seeds along the way. And it's important to note that when you do decide to use a trap, make sure not to get too close to the rabbits, because if you do, they'll get scared off, as you can see. Another important thing to note when trying to trap rabbits is that once the sun starts to set, they'll go back into their rabbit hole, so you really only have during the daytime to do it. If you happen to come across monsters like spiders, if you can get one by itself, you can use your axe and kill it. This will give you some monster meat. It's not the healthiest thing in the world, but if you're in a bind, you can use it to replenish a tiny bit of hunger. You will lose some of your overall health though. Now that it's nighttime and you're ready to build a campfire, you can take a look at your inventory, and standing next to the campfire opens up new options for the food you have. You can now cook the food. And you can also cook the rabbit that you trapped earlier. Be sure to cook your food, then eat it. That way you can capitalize on the amount of hunger that you'll gain back. Most food items can be cooked. Seeds become toasted seeds, carrots become roasted carrots, and berries become roasted berries. Be sure not to get too overzealous with the flame. It's always a good idea not to eat every carrot, just in case you come across some rabbit holes later and you want to grab another rabbit for the night's meal. So now that you've seen that you can use a campfire to cook your food, it's now daytime, and it's time to get a little bit more creative with your food. What you want to do now is create a crock pot, but in order to do that you're going to need some charcoal. So the best thing to do is to create a torch, go to an area where there's a lot of trees, and you can light a tree on fire. Now since there's a lot of trees surrounding it, other trees will catch on fire with just the one torch, so you don't need to make a ton of them. Make sure not to get too close to the fire or else you will get burned. And once a tree is not on fire anymore, equip your axe, you can chop it down and gain the charcoal. Be sure to grab any berries nearby. And it's a good idea to keep your axe equipped just in case you get real lucky like right here. A gobbler's run by trying to go to sanctuary in the bush, but you've killed it and now you can get its drumsticks. You can save those for later and you can cook them for a tasty treat. Remember, during the morning, it's a good time to go towards the rabbit holes, lay a trap, lay some bait with the carrot, and then be on your way. You can come back to it later and see the fruits of your labor. Sometimes while you're scouting the area, if you get really lucky, you'll come across a carrot patch. Where there's a ton of carrots, it's a good idea to clear out at least one space in your inventory, because these replenish a decent amount of hunger. And don't forget, you'll need those as bait for rabbits as well. Now it's time to make a science machine. This is necessary in order to make a crock pot. We'll still need a few more items though. In order to make the crock pot, it looks like we'll need some cut stone, some charcoal, and some twigs. This will let us make better food. After you've done searching for those items, come back to the science machine and you can make your crock pot. Now you'll notice that you have some food items in your inventory, but if you want to put them in the crock pot, you can't do it. This seems strange at first, but if you open the crock pot, you'll notice that it has 4 inventory slots. You can put things like frog legs, berries, twigs, other things like that inside the crock pot, and then leave them to cook. Might seem strange leaving twigs in there, but it'll make sense soon. This will take a while to cook, so go ahead and do whatever you need to do, and then come back to it. Now that your food is ready, return to the crock pot and get ready to feast on some kebabs. If you have any other helpful hints or tips, add them to IGN's Don't Starve Wiki. And as always, have fun.